Hey, I know how it feels to stare at a welder listing and wonder if you're about to drop serious cash on something that won't actually do what you need. Maybe you're just starting out and you keep seeing AC/DC TIG thrown around, but you don't know if you really need both currents or if a stick-only unit would save you money. Or maybe you've welded before with borrowed gear and now you're ready to buy your own, but you're worried about hidden headaches like foot pedals that feel flimsy or settings that don't stick between jobs. I've dug into the SAB ET141i and the buyer feedback so you don't have to waste time on a machine that won't fit your garage, your budget, or your projects. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those all-in-one buzzword bingo machines that promises the moon and delivers a wobbly puddle. The ET141i is a focused 140 amp AC/DC TIG stick unit built for the home shop or small fabrication gig where you're welding aluminum on Monday and mild steel on Tuesday. The headline feature is the AC frequency and wave balance presets. You can dial in a sharper arc for thin aluminum or a softer arc for thicker stuff without hunting through menus every time. That matters because if you're chasing cast aluminum repair or bike frames, the difference between a clean puddle and a burned edge often comes down to how well the AC square wave is tuned. The Lift TIG Start is another real-world win. You don't need a high-frequency box to strike the arc, so you're not blasting radio interference across the shop every time you lift the torch. If you've ever had your phone pick up the welder's HF squeal, you'll appreciate that quiet start. Where the value actually shows up is in the pre-flow and post-flow presets. You set the gas on time once, and the machine remembers it for the next job. No more fumbling with a stopwatch or guessing whether your 6061 alloy needs 2 seconds or 5. That small detail turns a finicky setup into a repeatable process, which is gold when you're doing small batches or teaching someone else. The hot start for stick welding is another quiet hero if you're running 6011 or 7018 rods on dirty metal. The arc lights right up without sticking, so you're not grinding rods halfway through a joint. If you're mostly stick welding, this machine keeps you from buying a dedicated stick unit that you'll rarely use. Now, the trade-offs start to show if you're expecting a full-blown industrial rig. This is a 12240-volt machine, so if your garage only has 120 outlets, you'll need an adapter or a dedicated circuit. It's not the lightest unit on the market, around 40 pounds, so if you're planning to carry it to job sites every weekend, you might want to factor in a cart or a helper. The foot control is included, but it's basic: no digital readout, no memory presets, just a simple rheostat. If you're used to a foot pedal that talks back to the welder, you'll miss that feedback. Also, the AC frequency presets are helpful, but they're not infinite. You can't microtune every nuance like you can on a $2,000 inverter. If you're pushing a 1/4-inch aluminum at high amperage, you'll still need to finesse the settings by hand. Who should buy this? If you're a hobbyist or a weekend warrior who welds aluminum, stainless, and mild steel but doesn't need pulse or advanced waveforms, this machine hits the sweet spot. It's also a solid choice if you're just getting into TIG and want a unit that won't force you to upgrade in 6 months. Contractors who do light fabrication or repair work will appreciate the dual capability without the bulk of a full AC/DC TIG machine. If you're mostly stick welding cast iron or running heavy plate, you can probably save money with a dedicated stick unit and skip the AC/DC complexity. Who should skip it? If you're welding thick aluminum or exotic alloys every day, you'll outgrow the presets quickly and need a machine with more waveform control. If you're tight on space or power, the size and dual voltage requirement might be deal breakers. And if you're dead set on a wireless foot pedal or a color screen, look elsewhere. The ET141i keeps things simple, which is good until it isn't. Bottom line, the SAB ET141i is the kind of welder that earns its keep by making the everyday jobs easier instead of dazzling you with specs you'll never use. It's not the cheapest TIG machine out there, but it's not the most expensive either, and the presets save you enough setup time to pay for the difference. If your shop needs one machine that can handle aluminum today and stick tomorrow without drama, this is a solid pick. Check.